And do it on Instagram as well. I won't do it on Instagram. Screw it.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work.
Hello, welcome along. It is our weekly Brighton Marathon Training session. Normally it would be both of us running, but we are just getting Victoria on the treadmill tonight because I'm still sick. I'm still not allowed to run. Victoria would tell me off if I ran. So
I'm not sure I should be running either.
Yeah, she's fine. She's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with her. Nothing wrong with her at all. We're in London because there is not a Brighton course in Zwift. So our Brighton Marathon Training takes place in London. It is predictably raining in London. Hello to everyone watching on the live stream. We are only broadcasting on YouTube tonight. So no Facebook, no Twitch and no Instagram. We'll be back on those channels again at some point. But for tonight, we are just keeping it on YouTube. Hello to everyone watching. Carol, Rushworth, Tina Beard, Sebastian, Jonathan Perkin. Hello, guys. And we are off in our training session. Now, this is a tough session tonight. Tina says, have a great session.
My foot is still sore from last night, but I'm going to start with the bias at 100%, see how I go. I know I'm not fit, but...
So I had a look at the biases earlier on, and knowing I know she's not fit, but I think Victoria can do this, even a little bit unwell.
I'm more concerned about my foot.
You need to be talking right closer to the microphone.
I'm more concerned about this soft tissue injury in my foot.
Okay, so if you do feel that, then let me know
I
and just slow it down.
Now.
Oh, can you?
It's sore.
Right, so what do you want to do? Do you want to slow it down or do you want to
I don't think speed's going to make any difference, to be honest.
Okay.
Should go for it.
Right, so Victoria says she's just going to go for it and see what happens. So we're in a 10-minute warm-up. So this is the longest of our interval sessions. It lasts a whole hour. And that's because it basically does long intervals. 5 minutes worth of intervals, and then 30-second recovery, and then 5 minutes again, then 30-second recovery, then 5 minutes again. So it's difficult to explain, but you've basically got an increasing speed but reduced time. But then in between all of those increasing speed and reduced time slots, you've also got a 5-minute block at like a threshold pace. Paul Hayward is concerned about Victoria's foot. Sarah's there. Hello, Sarah. She says, hi, everyone. Jonathan Perkin is still recovering from a hard session on Monday. So he is going to turn the bias down a little bit. We're passing the Tower of London on the left-hand side of the screen.
It's freezing cold with poor Hayward and he doesn't know why he's here. You're here because deep down you love it and you want to get even fitter.
Sarah Jacobson is lying on the couch with whatever I've had. Sarah Jacobson and I have not been in contact, but Sarah Jacobson has managed to catch whatever I've had. I think
it's a global lurgy, isn't it?
Can you catch things off WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Right. So Victoria says you can actually catch things using WhatsApp. So that's probably how Sarah has caught my virus. Tina Beard has already been to the track this morning, so she's not doing the session this evening. She is also sitting down by the fire, nice and warm. It's 5 degrees here in Shed Quarters. Thank you for asking, by the way. I am feeling better today, but not brilliant. Still coughing quite a lot.
Paul Deering is back after a knee injury. Good luck, Paul.
Sebastian says, good luck, Paul. Anthony Anderson says it's freezing again. He says, good evening, everyone. 7.6 degrees in Paul Hayward's Pain Cave.
We still have remnants of the snow in our garden.
Yeah, we had quite a flurry of snow a couple of days ago. Really came down. Big, thick clumps of snow falling on the ground. And it is still, although it's frozen, it is still in the garden to this day. So you will have to excuse both Victoria and I if we start coughing for any length of time during this. We're still not right, but we are getting better. So I'm hoping to be running, if not tomorrow, the day after. Jeff Partridge is going to try and join late. I think we have got late join enabled.
This will be a nice taper for Jeff.
Victoria, do you mind if I use your phone? Oh no, I can't. Can I? Never mind. No, it's fine. You won't be able to type to the group, will you?
You can type.
No, don't.
I find it very difficult to see on this phone without my glasses.
Do you want me to use that one then?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't.
I've got big text on. Or use my phone, it was easier.
No, it's all right. I've got this one. Sebastian says it's not as hard as the normal Wednesdays. So it isn't as hard. But it is a long session. So
it'll be hard for me.
So it's the speeds are not the issue today. It's the endurance that's the issue, because you are doing tempo and faster for an hour basically. So it's more about endurance and stamina than it is about pure running speed tonight. Tina says, I'm expecting great things from you, Sebastian. Neil Messenger has a night shift tonight, or he would have joined us. He's working from 7:30 p.m. till 6 a.m. Good luck, Neil. Hope it goes all right for you. I don't relish the thought of doing a night shift at my age. So good on you, mate. Jeff Partridge is just going to do a steady, easy run. I wonder why that is, Jeff. Have you got any big runs coming up at all? Tiago says we are stronger together.
Absolutely. Teamwork.
Sarah says, I do enjoy this workout, so hopefully I can join one of these. Yeah, so we will, if you're not aware, we have a set of 4 workouts. So we did the first one last week. This is the second one, then we've got week 3 and week 4, and then we basically repeat those workouts 4 times over the course of it's 3 times. It's 3 times, isn't it? Over the course of 12 weeks. 4 times 3 is 12, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll be doing them 3 times. And then we'll have a couple of weeks spare before the Brighton Marathon, I think. But anyway, yes, the point being that we will repeat these workouts. Lee Walker says teamwork makes the marathon work. Absolutely. Right, Anthony says, I read an article today about the number of people going down sick. They say it's because people are going down with multiple viruses. Do you know what? That's what we have thought in the house, actually.
Because I was starting to get better on Sunday, and I feel like I've now got what Stephen and Elsa have got. Got 34 in the group tonight.
34 runners is a decent number.
Yeah. The arch is approaching. Remember, everyone, shoulders relaxed. Keep it form.
Right, I'm missing lots of chat here. As the arch approaches, Victoria's going to get on her way. Let me just start reading some of these chats out that I've missed. Jonathan Perkins says, have fun, everyone. See you on the other side. Paul Hayward says, yeah, the dreaded arches are on their way. Victoria has started her first 5-minute block at 11 kilometres per hour for Victoria. Okay, so talking about what Anthony has read about people going down with multiple viruses. Yeah, Victoria said that she caught something. She felt she was getting better, and then thinks she's caught something else and started to get unwell again. Yeah, and it does seem like a lot of people are going down with stuff. Anthony is just sitting watching tonight as he is running tomorrow morning. Tina says, that's why I'm not ill, because I'm very antisocial and don't spend time with lots of people. You and me both, Tina. Sarah says, for me, it's just the general malaise and sick feeling with a little nose congestion, but mostly chest congestion. I think that sounds like the same for all of us, to be honest. I haven't... It's funny, I haven't felt like super unwell. I've had a really bad headache. I've had nose congestion, chest congestion, coughing, and a little bit of fever, but not a really bad fever.
A little bit.
But Ellis, our son, did have a really bad fever. His temperature went way up.
39 for 2 days.
Yeah, he was 39 degrees for 2 days. Anthony says, good luck with your run, Jeff. I don't envy you one bit. What run is that Jeff's doing? Is he doing... No, I've not heard. I don't know. Maybe... I think Jeff's doing a 10K at the weekend. Good luck, Jeff, with your... He's trying to beat his 10K PB at the weekend, Jeff Partridge. So good luck with that, Jeff. Sarah Jacobson says, well, you certainly have been acting like you're dying. I have not. How rude. I have not been acting like I'm dying. Have I, Victoria?
Yeah.
Oh, she's concentrating. I've been acting like every man does when we're ill. That's how we act. If that appears to you like we've been dying, then so be it. Jeff Partridge says he's just going for a short little run through a few national parks. But Paul Hayward says, is Jeff doing a run? Well, no, to be honest, Paul. Jeff isn't doing a run. It will mostly be a massive long hike. It would be very interesting to see at the end what percentage of Jeff Partridge's Garmin Fit file has running in it and what has hiking in it. Because I would imagine for most of us, including Jeff, that would be a massive long hike. Anthony says Victoria didn't reply. She's just speechless. Jeff Partridge says running on day one and much more like power hiking after that, especially considering the forecast conditions. Yeah, the weather looks like it's going to be pretty bad. Trail running Phil. Hello, Phil. He says, I'm still getting my Nova Pro treadmill. Just got to sell a bed settee to make room for it. Looking forward to joining you. We'll buy your bed settee off you, Phil, just so you can get a Nova Pro treadmill. Actually, we're trying to get rid of a bed settee as well, to be honest. Anybody want a bed settee out of our loft? Right, Victoria is coming to the end of the first block. Is that right, Vic? Yeah, coming up to the arch at the end of the first 5-minute block for Victoria. Obviously, everyone in the run has their own pace setting. So this is this whole session and all the interval sessions that we're doing are based on individual runners' profiles. So it's based on what your efforts are, what your paces are. So that's why you can't see a big group of people together. People aren't running together. They are doing their own thing based on what Zwift is telling them they should be doing. Vic has 30 seconds recovery before she has to do another 5 minutes. And this is a faster pace now. So this is a speed block. This is the speed block. That 5-minute block that we just did was the threshold block. This is the speed block now. 5 minutes at 12.2 for Victoria. Tina Beard is worried about you, Jeff. She says the weather does look awful. So just keep in mind, Jeff, we're all thinking about you when you get out there.
Be safe.
Just be safe. We you know what's happened to people recently in the cold weather or in just generally out on the trails. Good friend of ours, well, I say a good friend, an acquaintance of ours died on the trails just last week. So we don't know how they died, but they were out running and died on the trails last week. So everyone just, when you're out in the winter weather, when you're out in the cold, if you're up on the hills in the bad weather, just be aware, look after yourselves, make sure you've got the right equipment with you, make sure you're wearing the right clothing, and don't go out if it looks dangerous. But Jeff knows what he's doing. Jeff is experienced. He's done this a number of times before. He knows what he's doing. So we can be less, mind you. I suppose Ed knew what he was doing as well, didn't he? It could come to any of us. It could happen to any of us. But the more experienced you are, the more likely you are to be able to cope. Trail running Phil says, sad to hear that, Stephen. Yeah. Is a guy we've known for many years. I mean, he wasn't a close friend, just somebody we know from the trails, who we've run with in many, many races, and went out for a run last week and never came back. And they found his body on the hills last week. We don't know what happened. So, but there we are, yeah. Anthony says, given the weather reports, I'm surprised they haven't cancelled it. Yeah, well, this is the thing about the Spine. This is what you sign up for. They are not going to cancel the Spine because of bad weather, because that's why you signed up to this race, to try and deal with these kind of conditions. Jeff says the first 2 days look okay, but potentially snowstorms after that. The further north Jeff gets, the weather will deteriorate.
Harry Potter performance.
Jeff, do you carry anything to keep, you can get those things to put in your gloves to keep your hands warm. Do you carry anything like that? Or is that too much weight? Phil says, I'm not sure I'll ever be tough enough for the Spine or the Arc. Well, I know I can do the Arc, but I worry that I would never be tough enough for the Spine, to be honest, as well, Phil. Right, let's see where Victoria is. She's got 90 seconds left of this block, so she's doing really well. Heart rate is 153 for Victoria at the moment. So these are the blocks. These are the blocks that will reduce in time, but get faster in speed. The block that you're in now, or the block that Victoria is in now, will get faster, but will reduce in time. But in between all of those, there is an 11 kilometre per hour 5-minute block for everyone, or at least a 5-minute block for everyone at their threshold pace. Anthony says, do people doing this race have trackers? Yes, they do, Anthony. Everyone will be wearing a GPS tracker. You can follow the race if you go and look up the Spine on the internet. You'll find the tracking website. Jeff Partridge says yes, he carries chemical hand warmers, but he says they failed me last time. Buffalo's mitts are, he says, the dog's knackers.
That's what they like. Crazy. Where's by them?
Right. Buffalo mitts.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Victoria's coming to the end there. She's through the arch and she's slowing down for 30 seconds recovery. So it's not long. Not long recovery at all. Just a quick breather.
The Jay Grady from Trial and Error podcast. He swears by those buffalo mitts too.
Victoria, don't talk. Just get your breath back and recover. So it's now 5 minutes at 11 kilometres per hour. Okay, there you go. So Vic, when you get to the end of this, just reduce the speed earlier so that you definitely get your 30 seconds of walking, yeah? Yeah, Sarah Jacobson says, barely enough time to get the treadmill speed down and up again. Yeah. So what I'm suggesting to all of you, by the way, if you're listening, I mean, if I'm talking and you're hearing it, then obviously you're listening. Stupid thing to say. When you get towards the end of your block, reduce the treadmill speed earlier so that you are at your recovery walking pace as you go, or just after you've gone through the arch. And then you get at least 25 seconds of walking, and then don't speed up until you go through the arch again. So you get your maximum recovery then. I'm just gonna type that out as well so that people see it on the screen. Those 30-second recoveries are really not very long at all. Oh.
Not 32 intervals.
Yeah.
Breath. Let's get a breath.
Oh, yeah. Jeff Partridge will have my guts for garters, won't he?
Breath, not interval.
Right. I've started something now. Sarah Jacobson says, I knew if I came on here today, you'd be telling her what to do. And Anthony, quite rightly, Anthony Anderson says, Sarah, Stephen is the coach. Yeah? Listen to Anthony, Sarah.
Well,
she says,
he did get me my Boston qualifier.
yeah, I got you your... It's essentially, it's my... I can take all the credit for you getting a Boston qualifier. Sarah says, I'm just giving him a hard time as usual. It keeps him on his toes. Tina says, looking good, everyone. Sebastian's threshold pace is 11.5. What's yours, Vic? 11. So Sebastian's threshold is a little bit faster than Victoria's.
Which we would expect.
Yeah, which we'd probably expect. Tina is backing me up. She says, strangely, Stephen was actually trying to help Victoria this time. Just going through Trafalgar Square.
I'll just pop in and see Van Gogh's sunflowers on the left.
Are the sunflowers at the British Museum?
National.
The National? Oh, yeah, not the British Museum. I meant the National. That's what I meant.
Well, one of many sunflowers.
Right, there's the top-down view of the treadmill. You can see Victoria is at 11 kph. And has covered just about 4.5 kilometres since the treadmill started moving. Just before the off, and officially in game, 4.2 kilometres done now. Just coming to the end of this threshold block. So you can start reducing anytime you want. Well, how long have you got left?
What, 8 seconds?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, so I'd start reducing it about 5 to 10 seconds before you actually hit the arch. Right. So good 30 seconds walk now, and then when you get through the next arch, only speed up once you get through the arch.
4 minutes, 12.5 minutes.
So Victoria's got to do 4 minutes at 12.5 kph. How are you feeling, Vic?
Yeah, okay, I'm hanging in there. Foot's no worse.
The foot is no worse. That sounds good to me. Right then, away we go for another set. Here we go. It's speeding up now, but it's reducing in time. So 12.5 kph for 4 minutes. Sebastian's got to do it at 13. Jeff Partridge just saying that the start line of the spine is looks like a stellar lineup. Some previous winners. He says it's a stellar lineup, and then there's me, he says. Damien Hall will be there, we think. John Kelly is on the start line. Jeff Partridge says Yasmin Paris is missing, though, so Yasmin won't be there. Tina Beard had 60-second intervals on the track today. She says they stung a bit. We have a 60-second interval session within this block as well. It's either the next one or the one after that. So within the next 2 weeks, we'll be doing a 60-second... Oh, is it 90 seconds? No, it's 90 seconds, isn't it? It's a 90-second interval session, not a 60-second. Just a little bit harder. So Victoria is approaching halfway through this set, or this rep. In the next 5-minute block, I'll go through and we'll drop some ride-ons from Victoria. We're about halfway through now. Of course, it doesn't matter what speeds everyone's doing because the blocks are all exactly the same for everyone. 4 minutes, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Tina Beard's dinner is ready. And later than I like, but there we are. Keep up the good work, everyone. See you tomorrow. Thanks, Tina. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. So I will not be on in the morning. I won't do Film My Run 500 in the morning, but I will. Hopefully, I might be able to do Bag That Badge. Oh no, I can't. I can't. Can I? No, I'm not on tomorrow. I'm not on tomorrow because I am taking my son to the track. So I won't see you tomorrow, guys. I will be hopefully back on Friday then. Right, so another recovery set, 30 seconds of walking. And then Victoria's into another 5-minute block at 11. Yeah, Sarah Jacobson just reminding me I have track with Ellis tomorrow. So I'm not doing any running tomorrow. So it will be at the earliest Friday that I get back to doing something. Victoria is about to go through the arch, and everyone else will be as well. Away you go, guys. Have a good threshold block.
Can you please turn the fan on or open the door?
Right.
Turn the fan on, you right? Don't mind opening it. A little bit. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, we've opened the door and we've turned the fan on. So Victoria is now halfway through and working hard, or everyone's halfway through now. Jeff Partridge right behind Victoria. Theo Heldon in there as well. Paul Hayward just behind. Carol Rushworth is not far behind as well. Paul Deering is just up ahead. Tiago is just up ahead. Niels Overbus is just up ahead. Sebastian as well. Sebastian's 2 minutes up, and they're now going up the Mall, or Victoria's now going up the Mall. Yep, heading towards Buckingham Palace. You keep forgetting you've got a mic, don't you? Try to use this block to bring your heart rate down. These threshold blocks should now be feeling fairly comfortable.
Remember to keep your form. If you pull your elbows back, your arm will automatically spring forward.
Anthony says, we're working hard just watching. Getting it done, Victoria, says Anthony. Yes, because you're probably producing traffic there.
Like it does the London Marathon. Finishes on the road.
Yeah, if you do the London Marathon, you'll be finishing in the opposite direction down this road. Just coming up to the finish line now in the opposite direction. This is where all the trucks are parked with all your baggage, your bags, where you'll receive your medal after you cross the finish line. Yoko is there. 2.5 minutes back from Victoria. Working hard, doing a good job. Here's the arch, which is just around about the same place that the finish line is for the London Marathon.
Ride London there as well.
No, Ride London finishes on round the corner from Buckingham Palace. So I hope you have managed, if you are doing a spring marathon, or you have got a race planned in April or March or even May, I hope you've managed to get your training started. I haven't yet, but we will not panicking just yet. But now is the time, after Christmas, in the new year, now's the time to start ramping up that mileage a little bit, start doing a few more of these kind of sessions, interval sessions like this. Start doing those long runs on a weekend. Just build up that endurance, that stamina and that speed, so that when we get to March, the end of March, when we get into April, you will be at your top fitness to take part in your race, whether it's a 10k, a marathon, a half marathon, whatever it might be. Victoria's got 30 seconds recovery now. Everyone's got 30 seconds recovery now.
Sebastian is putting in the effort to do the training, but currently has no race plans.
Well done, Sebastian. You better sign up for something soon then. Right, so once again, the speed gets faster. Not a lot faster, just a little bit faster. And we take a minute off the time. So it's 3 minutes at 12.7 coming up. Here we go. Victoria is getting close, by the way, to level 28. I don't think she's going to hit it in this session, but in the next 2 or 3 sessions, she will definitely hit level 28. You see by the orange line at the top there. 5 XP earned as she hits 300 calories. I think she's burned a little bit more than 300 calories, to be honest. I think that's an underestimation. Can you feel the breeze? Yep. Good. Right, coming up to Buckingham Palace. So Victoria, where you're about to run is where the Ride London ride finishes, just around this corner here. And apparently you're all looking really smooth.
Take a moment, wave to King Charles.
Yeah, everybody take a moment to wave to King Charles. Just a little wave on your left there as he looks out the window at you all running. Constitution Hill, thank you, Jeff. That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah. So we're running up here towards, I think is it the Wellington Monument? It looks a bit like Marble Arch, but it's not Marble Arch. It's something like the Wellington Monument, where we turn around and come back. That's up there near Oxford Street. So here we come to the end of this 3-minute block. That went pretty quick from my point of view. Probably didn't from Victoria's.
Lovely one. Two.
Heart rate is 162 for Victoria. So she's working hard. So a walk for 30 seconds and then we are off again. If you want to get in touch, by the way, you can get in touch on Twitter, or X as it's called now. Film My Run. You can go to the website, filmmyrun.com. 2 YouTube channels. This one, which is the Zwift Run channel, and my other one, which is the Film My Run channel.
5 minutes at 11.
Another 5 minutes at 11 kph now for Victoria. Away she goes. Anthony Anderson has ordered a pair of the Decathlon carbon-plated running shoes, which will be interesting. He's going to try them out, see what they're like. Here we come to the turnaround. So Paul Hayward's still going. Carol Rushworth's still going. I think that's Pete Byrne is still going as well. Not the singer of... who was Pete Byrne the singer of? You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record... That was Pete Burns, wasn't it? Anyway, never mind. Yoko is still there. Jackie Ramos is running. Tiago is still up there. Niels is still up there. Paul Deering is still running. Jeff Partridge, Theo Heldorn. Well done, gang. Dead or alive. That was it. Thank you very much, Paul Hayward. Paul Hayward has his brain is still working regardless of this tough endurance interval session, and he was able to drag Dead or Alive out of his brain. Sarah Jacobson even did Dead or Alive even have hits in America? I didn't even know Dead or Alive made it in America. Mind you, I think Dead or Alive... You Spin Me Round was probably a global hit, wasn't it? That song, everybody knows that song, don't they? Anyway, yeah, that was Pete Burns. But I don't think it's the same guy running with us today. I don't think it is. And we could ask him. I think Pete Burns was the guy from Dead or Alive, an S on the end. So yeah, You Spin Me Round was a hit in America. Right, heading back to Buckingham Palace. Jonathan Cost is on, just to make sure I know that it's Dead or Alive. At the end of this run, you will either be dead or alive, guys. Let's hope you're alive. Sarah Jacobson says Pete Burns died in 2016. So it's highly unlikely that it is the same guy then who's running with us today. I don't think it is then. No. Unlikely, I'd say. This could be a new game that we play. Sarah Jacobson says, highly unlikely, but still possible. Yeah. You never know. His Zwift avatar lives. Or maybe when he died, his spirit went into his Zwift avatar.
Did he die?
Or maybe he didn't die. Maybe he did a Paul McCartney.
Hey?
No, hang on a minute. No, it's the opposite way around, wasn't it? Paul McCartney did die, and they replaced him with a doppelganger. Oh, have you never heard this story? This is another common general knowledge story that Victoria's never heard before, of course. Have you never heard the story of...
I've heard of the Beatles.
Yeah,
I've heard of Paul McCartney.
Right. Have you ever heard the story of the cover of the Abbey Road album, where Paul McCartney is barefooted, and in the 60s, lots of people were making this conspiracy theory that Paul McCartney had died and he'd been replaced by a doppelganger. Right, that was a thing. And all the others were like... John Lennon was dressed in white, so they said that he was the vicar, and George Harrison was dressed in denim, for like full denim, so they said he was the grave digger. And Ringo Starr was in black, and he was the... no, hang on a minute, I can't remember. Was he the vicar? No. Anyway, something like that. Lee Walker met Paul McCartney once in the Lake District, apparently. Well, no, you didn't, you see. You met the fake Paul McCartney who came into existence in the 60s. Because the real Paul McCartney died during the making of Abbey Road.
He used to live down the road from me in Hove, but I never saw him.
We have an Elvis on our hands, says Sarah Jacobson. Right, 2 minutes at 13 kph for Victoria now. So we're into the last couple of speed reps. Paul Hayward says the Black Rose. What's the Black Rose? Paul, I don't know about that. Jeff Partridge says his run is now finished, but he can't bear to leave this scintillating educational live stream. Well, Jeff, you've been tuning into this live stream for many years. You know it's educational. You know that every time you come away from the live stream, you know that you are enriched. You know something more than you did before you came in. And that's what this is all about. That's what life is all about. Everything you do in life, you should come away from it feeling enriched, feeling that you are more of a human being than you were before you went into it. Well done, Victoria. She is flying towards the next arch at 13 kilometres per hour. Heart rate is 157, 158, 159. Is she going to hit 160? Yeah, there we go. 160 briefly there. But remember, this is nowhere near max. So these are not max efforts. the speeds that you guys are doing today, if you're running, rather than just watching like Tina and Sarah on the couch. If you're running, the speeds you're doing today are nowhere near max speeds. Last week was max speed. Amy says, hello everyone, sorry I couldn't join tonight. I've more or less lost my voice. Wow, so is that with a sore throat, Amy? Have you because you said you were ill as well, didn't you? Jeff says, good to hear somebody's being sensible, Amy.
I'm being sensible. I'm keeping Mr. C off the treadmill.
Right, go, Victoria. Right, Anthony is giving me a ticking off. He's saying the focus of this run has moved from Victoria and changed to the Stephen Cousins hour. I apologise. Yes, slap on the wrist. We are focusing on Victoria and everyone's interval session here. Amy Green says, yes, she's got a sore throat. Lee Walker says he much prefers today's session rather than last week's. Yeah, last week's session, and we do have a couple more sessions like last week where you are going super fast. Although I think last week's was the fastest session that you do. I've mixed the order up. Yeah, no, it's not the same as last year. Sarah Jacobson says she doesn't think I am sorry for hijacking the live stream. Yeah, you're probably right, to be honest. What was I saying? The point about speed sessions are that, they are tough, and when you're doing them, they're not enjoyable, and you wonder why you're doing them and you want to stop. But when you've finished them, hopefully you're glad that you've done them. But what the main thing about it is that you will see an improvement in your overall speed. And if you're looking for a marathon PB, if you're looking for a half marathon PB, or even a 5k or a 10k PB, your speed over the ground is what you need. Speed over the ground, along with endurance, is what you need. And so to make that happen, we need to do these interval sessions, and we need to step out of our comfort zone and do these tough things that we don't like. Which is why we don't do them very often. We don't do them often because we don't like them, because they hurt. But we have to. If we want to break those barriers, we want to break PBs and PRs. If we want to improve in terms of speed and times for distances, then that's what we've got to do. Paul Hayward says on the Abbey Road front cover, he says they all wore red roses apart from Paul McCartney, who wore a black rose on a BBC live performance. Interesting. Not the cover of Abbey Road. Red roses on a BBC live performance apart from Paul McCartney, who wore a black rose. Is that right? Interesting. I'd like to see a link to a YouTube video of that. I've never seen that before, I don't think. By the way, just to make it clear, I don't believe that, by the way. I am not a conspiracy theorist. Paul McCartney is alive and well. If anybody was actually thinking I do believe that Paul McCartney is dead, no, I don't. Just the same as I do believe that we landed on the moon, I do not believe the Earth is flat, and I do not believe that coronavirus is spread by 5G masts. Just to make that absolutely crystal clear. As we pass the Houses of Parliament on the left and Westminster Abbey on the right. Anthony Anderson has an alternative theory. He says, listening to Paul McCartney's singing, I think your story is correct. It is true to say that as he has aged, Paul McCartney's voice is not what it was. Although, to be fair, Paul McCartney's voice was absolutely awesome until he hit around 65. It did start to tail off in the last 10 to 15 years. But live, Paul McCartney has always managed to have a really strong voice. Right, 9 kilometres done for Victoria. And only one more fast rep to go. Sebastian says 5G masks roll on the floor laughing. Have you not heard the 5G mast theory? The conspiracy theorists that believe that 5G telephone, cell phone masts are spreading coronavirus deliberately. The government are spreading coronavirus deliberately through 5G masts. If you've not heard that, that is a thing. Jonathan Flat Earth believes. You know that a very good friend of mine has a very, very successful YouTube channel debunking Flat Earth. My friend Dan, who sometimes comes onto this channel and comments. If you've not heard of me talking about this before, Simon, go and look up the Simon Dan channel. He has about 500,000 subscribers to his YouTube channel.
And a good runner.
And he's a good runner. And he comes on this channel occasionally and chats. And we might get him we might get him over here one day to do a live stream with us. Okay, if you want to look it up, Chris, look up the Christmas song Your Mother Knows from Christmas 1972. A live performance in Christmas 1972, where apparently the Beatles were wearing red roses, apart from Paul McCartney, who was wearing a black rose. Do you know what? I didn't know they ever performed again after... 1969, not 1970. Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think the Beatles ever performed together after 1970. And Victoria has done her 1 minute interval. She has unlocked the fruit socks, apparently, because she has leveled up. Victoria's leveled up to level 28. Well done, Victoria. See, I wasn't concentrating. I was more thinking about the Beatles. And I wasn't concentrating on Victoria completing her 1 minute fast interval session, fast rep.
Sounds about right.
And
thank you.
Leveling up to 28. Well done. Brilliant. And well done, everybody.
That's 5 minutes down.
Fantastic work, everyone. Get that heart rate down in this 5 minutes. Victoria, congratulations, says Sarah Jacobson. Tiago says congratulations.
Thank you all for the support, much appreciated.
Sarah Jacobson just reminding us, Paul McCartney's voice. She says, look no further than Paul McCartney singing Golden Slumbers. That's on side 2 of Abbey Road, I think. To understand the depth and multiple layers of his voice, yeah. Very good voice. You know, he was a chorister when he was a child as well. So when he was young, Paul McCartney was in a choir, in a church choir. So
was I. I was in a church choir.
Oh,
Stephen.
right. Well, that debunks that myth about church choirs giving good training for people's voices then.
I think they were desperate.
Right, so Victoria's going to make 10k by the end of this run. 3 minutes to go. You can reduce down to 8.4 now, Vic.
So this afternoon, my plan was to set the bias to 90 or 95. I did 85 last week. At the last minute, I decided to be brave, keep it at 100%, and then drop it if I couldn't keep up. I'm very pleased to say I held on.
When you say you held on, though, Victoria,
it didn't feel uncomfortable.
No, you looked fine. You looked fine. So
it's that self-doubt. I've not been running regularly. I've got a foot issue.
Yeah.
The power of the mind.
Your heart rate didn't actually go ridiculously high. And it was, like I said before, it was more an endurance and stamina session this than a speed session. Anthony says, all that effort just for a pair of socks, Victoria. Lee Walker says, this session was so much easier than last week. Yeah, prepare to ramp it up again next week then, Lee. We'll get some speed going for you. Jonathan Perkins says, yeah, found that 95% a lot easier than 95% last week. Should probably have pushed a little. Yeah, you could have done that at 100, Jonathan. You could have done that at 100%.
I guess we should start at 100 and drop it down if we struggle.
I think it's only if you're absolutely sure that you know that you can't do the speeds that are being required. Jonathan, I've missed a comment from Jonathan Cost. He says, are you aware that the condensation trails from our engines in planes are actually chemical trails that the government used to spread mind-bending drugs?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. I knew that. We knew that. Chemtrails, that's another conspiracy theory.
Or truth.
Or truth, rather. Sorry, truth, yeah. Truth that everyone should be aware of. And of course, it was the US government that brought down the Twin Towers in 2001. And there were no planes. No planes at all. I mean, have you ever heard... Some of these conspiracy theories are the most ridiculous things you've ever heard in your life. And quite frankly, dangerous and offensive a lot of the times. Dangerous. All the stuff about... coronavirus and flat earth as well. Dangerous stuff that's being spread by morons.
Right, well done, everyone.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
Great
Brilliant
effort.
work. That is it. Victoria's average heart rate was 140. Has it got your max heart rate there?
162.
162 max heart rate for Victoria. And that was at the end of the 3 minute rep. So the 2 minute rep and the 1 minute rep didn't last long enough for Victoria to get her heart rate higher than that. Paul Hayward doesn't think I'm a fan of David Icke. Do you know what? I used to like David Icke when he was a sports presenter, but yeah, he did go a bit mad, didn't he? There we are. Right, enough of that, because somebody watching is bound to believe in one of these conspiracy theories somewhere along the line. So we don't want to offend anybody any more than we already have done. Right, thank you very much to Victoria for running that. Sarah says bye all, talk soon. Lee says thanks for the run. Cheers all, says Jeff. See you in a week or so. Yeah, good luck to Jeff. If that's your last run with us, Jeff,
Yeah,
good luck,
Jeff.
Take care. Look after yourselves on those wintry trails. Tiago says thanks team. Thank you, Tiago. Well done to you. Paul says well done, Victoria. Jonathan Perkins says cheers everyone. Hope you all feel better soon. See you on Friday for the long run. Yes. So hopefully I will be there for the long run on Friday. Fingers crossed. I'll feel a lot better by then.
Hopefully I'll have my voice back by then.
Yeah, and maybe... Are you going to run with us on Friday as well?
Yeah. I won't.
Right. Victoria normally goes and does deep water workout on a Friday, but she says she's not going to do that. So she will join us on Friday, hopefully. So until then, because I don't think we're going to... You're not going to do anything tomorrow?
No, I'm in London.
Oh, right. Yeah, Victoria's in London tomorrow. I will not run tomorrow. So we are going to have a day off tomorrow. And then we'll join you again Friday for the long run, or the medium long run tomorrow on Friday. 6 o'clock, Brighton Marathon Training, medium long run. We'll see you then. Well done, everybody. Well done if you took part. Brilliant stuff. Congratulations on getting through that workout. We are going to do that workout again 2 more times, if not 3. 2 or 3 more times before April. Right.
Thanks for your comments. Much appreciated.
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? It really helps everyone to get through the sessions. If we all help each other along, encourage each other, support each other to get to the end of the session, And I am now looking for the end screen because, again, my buttons aren't working. Victoria told me off earlier because she says I look like a complete technophobe because I can't operate my equipment. That is another story entirely. It's coming. The end is coming. Here we go. Right, take care, everyone.
Thank you.
See you, bye.